back with another episode of On the Duty, and today we've got a championship goal machine, Ivan Toney. What's going on?
Thanks for having me.
Nah, no problem. Thanks for coming by. You're on flames, bro. Like, what's the secret?
No, it is. It's kind of surprised myself as well, like during the whole mix of things. But listen, I believed in myself that I could do these kind of things, get these numbers, and I think it was about time I started proving people wrong, and my stats speak for itself.
Yes, that's. I think I read somewhere that he was like top of goals contribution in like the top 5 leagues, and you're not even in the Premier. That is mad. I don't know if you read the stats. Like, do you read them?
I do sometimes when I come across them on Twitter and things like this, when people tag me in them, but I don't go out my way to check them. Do you set yourself a target to say, I'm going to get this amount of goals, or I'm aiming for this amount of goals? Yeah, I think every striker would do that, but whether they tell you or not, it's a different story.
You're going to tell
us? You know, I hit my target already before, so I had to change it. So I spoke about it before. I had to change my target because I've done so well.
Okay.
So.
Do you know there's a record that you might break this season? Most goals scored in the champ. I don't know the exact number, but I think you're like 5 or 6 away from it. Are you aware of it?
2 away.
2 away.
Yeah,
sorry,
and I will break it.
So. better, and then hopefully you're in the Prem. But you're like, I'm just going to talk about your goal scoring ability at the minute. Like, people comparing you with like Harry Kane and Aguero and that. Like, does that not like blow your mind?
Yeah, it does. Of course, it does. Like my name, along with these guys, is just crazy. Like I look up to the Agueros, Harry Kanes, and my name to be among them in like finishing wise is crazy. So I'm just happy for my name to be out there, ringing how it is, and hopefully I can continue to keep proving and scoring my goals how I've been doing.
Do you find, like, obviously when you was at Peterborough, we'll talk about it more later on, like as we go, League One and Champ, is there a massive difference, or you just gone on and just treated every game as the same?
I think that there is a difference. It's not a massive difference, but it's more like I'd say tempo and like more clinical.
Okay.
Like if you lose the ball in the midfield, let's say in League One, sometimes it can be a goal, sometimes it can fizzle out.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Champ, it's more like they're gonna get a shot away. Kind of thing. So in terms of that, it's a difference that way. But I see myself as when I was in League One, I see myself playing higher, and I'll be able to manage in the Championship and the Premier League. So I felt like I adapted quite quick.
Yeah, I see that. Your stats prove it as well. And it's mad because people say that the difference between the Champ and the Prem is like that as well. Like, as soon as you give the ball away, it's basically a goal. And you're saying that there's always a big step. So hopefully you're able to prove yourself when you step up, or when you finally step up, because let's be honest, you are going to get a move in it. Like, like, you don't score that many goals and not get a move, or Brentford go up. So either way, I'm looking at a Prem player.
If that's how you want to put it, then that's
Bro, I'm gassing you. I'm gassing you. Why come you ain't played internationals yet?
Well, I've only just really burst into the scene in the Champ scoring goals, so I think there was a bit of do they want me, do they not? But I think now Jamaica has come forward, and they're interested in taking me on board. So that alone, I'm privileged for my name to be involved in international teams. Obviously, I can play for Jamaica or England, and my name's people saying, should he go for England? Should he go Jamaica? I think it's crazy for my name to be out there like that, let alone consider who I'm going to choose. But for when the time's right and whatever the future holds, then it would just fall into place.
So you're saying you're waiting to see if England are going to call you up before you pick?
Well, it's one of them ones, obviously. Well, I have to have a long chat with my family first, see what goes on, see how things plan out, and I'm sure the right international will come forward, and I'll choose them.
No, that's good. Why not? Because you got a chance. Your ability has given you a massive chance to play for England if you replicate what you're doing now in the Prem. Do you see yourself as the next Ollie Watkins? Like, is that your target?
You know, the amount of times I've heard Ollie Watkins in certain things, but
Not only because you're like,
yeah,
you took his mantle, innit? Like,
nah, the thing is, look, Ollie's done great. Ollie's he's on bigger and better things now.
yeah,
But yeah, I see myself obviously going down the similar path. Obviously, he's gone to Villa, has been scoring goals. But yeah, I see myself going the same way, really, in terms of obviously playing for international club, playing in the Prem, scoring goals. So in that sense, yeah, I do see myself going that way.
oh, decent. But obviously, you want to overtake him and do your thing. I hear that.
In due time,
better. What was growing up like? Where are you from?
I'm from Northampton. Growing up there, I wasn't the best of children, but
Who's saying you was a little rebel?
something like that. Yeah, I actually was a little rebel. Like I used to get in trouble, badness now and then with that was three of us.
Okay.
Two of my other friends. But yeah, we used to just normal kids like in the ends, just playing around, getting into silly things. You see the olders do certain things, just hover around that, and being that young, you don't really know like the consequences kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you're just involved in that and them kind of things. But obviously how things are, the olders, most of them went prison or this and that, and you kind of like, there's no one there for you to be like tagging along.
Yeah. So
you kind of like fizzle out of that and just
gets boring.
Yeah, it gets boring. So most of the people in my ends play football. So we would play football. No one would really come out big, but the main thing obviously in my area was football. There was a cage we used to go to.
All the time, yeah.
I'd be there from like morning and I'd be home late night until the floodlights go off. So, but yeah, it was good. And the three people I used to chill, the two people I used to chill with, three of us, two of us become something. Obviously, one of us is still in that kind of cycle.
Okay.
So, but yeah, obviously, I'm proud to where I've got to. So
I would be, mate. Coming from the cage to doing what you're doing, I would be. Would you say football saved you? Like, if it wasn't, say you didn't have a cage or you didn't have an area to play football. Obviously, you find wherever you can find to play football. But do you reckon you could have easily slipped down a bad path?
100%. Yeah, I could. It was either football or the roads.
Yeah, okay.
Like, obviously, I'd say I wasn't the best at school because I always knew I wanted to be a footballer.
Yeah.
So it was like football for me.
All your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, that's what I had to do really. But I feel like, yeah, if football didn't work out, then I don't know what I'd be doing. But I'm blessed to be where I am now and doing so well.
When did you first get into football, like Northampton academies and stuff like that? Was it young or did you get into it late?
I was actually at Leicester
Okay.
as a young boy. I was like 13, 14. I was in the Leicester Academy. And then it come to the time, I was there for like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years max. Come to the time where if I was going to get a scholarship or not.
Yeah.
I think that there was times where people find out if they're going to get a scholar. And then I remember like going in, I was like walking into like the training ground. And then I see the kit man. And the kit man was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was thinking, for what?
Wow.
It was like, oh, you've not been in for your meeting? I was like, no. He's like, okay, never mind. So from when I had that, I was thinking, wait, the kit man must know that I've got something. So obviously when I went in, they said, we're not going to offer you something. So I was just like, how's the kit man though? So they must have knew from early that I wasn't going to get something. But yeah, I got released from there. And then I actually was going to just stop football for a bit because being that young, the rejection is like...
Take it hard, innit?
Yeah, you do take it hard. So, but before I got released from Leicester, there was a game. We played Northampton.
Okay.
And then I think the Northampton coach said to one of the Leicester coaches, if anyone gets released, let us know. And then Northampton was hitting my family's number up, like, bring him down, we want to see him, blah, blah, blah. And at the time I was like, I can't really, not really fussed, don't want to really do this.
Why? Because Northampton's a lesser team to Leicester, or just...
Maybe it was a bit of that, but maybe more. It was more like, I've been rejected here, can't be asked to go there. Like, my mind weren't really in it like that.
Yeah.
So then I went to Northampton, like, I think they said like the 4-week trial kind of thing. Ended up being like 10-week trial, just so long. And then the actual final day, like, people were getting their scholarships. Like, people were coming in, I got my scholarship yesterday. Did you get yours?
At Northampton?
Yeah, Northampton.
Okay.
So that was like the deadline day where you can, like, if you can get a scholar or you don't get a scholar. And obviously it was getting late on the day. And everyone's got theirs. I'm just there, like,
in limbo.
Like, nothing's been said to me. So I'm just like, no, I'll take it. I'm not going to get a scholarship then. So then it's got later. Then in the morning, I get a message from the Northampton coach. And he said, come in, we need to talk to you, bring your parents. So I was thinking, this sounds all right. This sounds good. Like, you must want to say something. So when I come in, he said, we're going to offer you a scholarship. Sorry, it's been so long. We've been having chats and it's took so long, blah, blah, blah. Then obviously that the date, because the deadline date was the day before.
Yeah.
So they just changed it on the date. And then from there, I didn't look back. I ended up being the first one in the first team.
Well, out of that team,
Out of that team, yeah.
Decent.
So, and I think I'm kind of the only one in the youth team that's gone so high. So it changed all quick.
I heard, when you made your debut, so you made your debut for the first team, then you played again the next day, and how many did you bag? Was it 4?
4, yeah.
So you played for the first team one night, and then the next night you're playing for the youth team and just taking the piss.
Yeah, I was like 16, I think it was, Bradford.
Wait, so you're 16, playing first team, then you go, obviously is it FA Youth Cup?
Yeah.
The FA Youth Cup. So you're playing their best team and you just go in there for that. Are you treating them like actual kids?
You know what it is? I think it's just the excitement, the adrenaline is just still kicking in from the day before. Obviously, you've been away with the first team. It's like, I see myself first team playing. I should prove it to, like, these men I'm playing with. So I just went out. How the goals were as well. That's all like good goals as well. It felt so sweet. But then it was like, I think we won like 5-0 or something like that. I scored 4 goals. So it was crazy.
That's mad. I bet you thought you went home thinking, I'm that guy.
To be fair, I did with a match ball as well. Everyone's signing it. It's a nice feeling.
Did you see from that game? Is that it? Like, you're moved straight into the first team changing room, like training wise, or are you still training with the youth team?
Nah, I'm still with the youth team. Like, you can't go big time there. Like, all the first team players and all the managers will see that. So you have to stay humble, stay with a youth team, and just wait until they call you up and go with the first team.
Okay, but are you still with the first team on a Saturday, like?
I'd still be involved. So obviously, once one with the first team, I had to go back to youth team, do like youth team jobs like clean boots and collect kit and all these things. So
fair enough. They kept you grounded then, innit?
Yeah, 100%. Especially in them leagues.
Yeah,
you have to stay like that.
You could have got a move as well, innit? Like to Wolves.
Yeah.
Why did that break down?
Yeah, it broke down. Like, everything was like done. I signed everything.
Oh yeah, so you're proper gone?
I was there. I was at the training ground, ready to train with the boys. Met everyone, the staff, players, in the changing room, looking around, and then we had my agent had then come up, because my agent wasn't here at the time.
Okay,
it was just me and my family.
Yeah.
Then my agent come up.
Wait, let me cut you there. So at Northampton, it's just, have you signed a pro there?
Yeah.
So it's just your family dealing with it?
Yeah.
Why did you choose to get an agent then?
Because it's certain things behind the scenes that obviously family don't. There's only so much your family's gonna know.
Okay.
Like, an agent's kind of gonna help you down that road.
Okay.
But with the agents I've been with before, I've always made sure my dad's been involved, so he learns the trade.
Yes.
And then from there he can get on board. So, but the Wolves situation, my agent come later on, and we didn't really know much about agents.
Yeah.
This agent, we weren't really too keen on him, but we don't know a good agent or a bad agent at this time. So we're just kind of going along with him. And then at the time, with my back, I've got like scoliosis.
Okay, yeah.
So
wait, you got scoliosis and you're still doing a madness. You must give you some mad serum or something before games, boy.
No, but I just keep on top of that. But yeah, they try and use that as an excuse to why they didn't want to give me a contract.
Oh, Wolves did?
Yeah, but I felt like there was something with my agent asking for too much money or them kind of things. So it kind of just messed up for me. Okay. But better things come along, which is Newcastle. So
let's talk about that. So when did you first hear that Newcastle were interested? This is a big Prem team. Like I know they're up and down, but they're still a big team. Like 50,000 fans. Like
it was straight after the the Wolves deal fell through.
Okay,
there was another agent that used to try and speak to my dad, and like he must have sent a message like, Newcastle are interested. Like don't go nowhere. We're gonna sort it. And one of the players I was playing with at Northampton was involved with this agent.
Okay, cool.
So he kind of said to me next day of training, listen, my agent's got this, like, So I was like, all right, cool. I kind of let my dad know that this guy had said this. So we met with him, we spoke, and then we jumped on board with them. And then he stuck to his word and got Newcastle on the go, and
he delivered.
Moved to Newcastle.
Was you gassed? Like, be real, was you gassed?
Yeah, 18 moving to Premier League. Newcastle as well is crazy. It's crazy.
What do they do? The whole take you around the training ground, the pitch, all of that. I mean, like take you around the ground.
Yeah. I went everywhere. I went there with my family. All my family come up. Obviously, it's a big thing. It's crazy. Like, obviously, Newcastle as well. They're football crazy out there.
Yeah.
So wherever you go, everyone's gonna know. Everyone's gonna know who you are. Like, I was staying in a hotel with my family. I'd go down to get some food and you hear people whispering, pointing over. So I'm thinking, they point at me like, oh, this how it is. You start to get that feel.
Yeah.
So it was all crazy.
But weren't you used to that? Because Northampton's your hometown and you're playing for the first team. Weren't you getting that in Northampton?
Yeah, I was getting that, but you're in the Premier League. It's like
true.
bigger now. But in Northampton, I'm just thinking, people know me because I'm from the ends.
Yeah.
Everyone knows me around here anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas Newcastle, no one knows who I am, but they know who I am now because I've moved to Newcastle.
I get you. And
I'm involved in the first team, so it was crazy like that. And at the time as well, like because we didn't have a car at Newcastle, one of the coaches was picking me up and taking me to training, which is Peter Beardsley.
Oh wow!
But at the time, I don't have a clue who Peter Beardsley is.
You didn't know who he was?
No, I didn't know who he was. I just thought it was a coach picking me up and taking me to training, which obviously. And then one time, my dad come down for breakfast and then see Peter Beardsley walk in, and then my dad's like proper gas, like, oh, that's Peter Beardsley. I was thinking, that's the guy who picks me up. He was like, no way, like how it all happened. It was just all crazy. And then he was obviously getting a picture with him, and then.
I love that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Love that. Did you struggle to like adapt because obviously you're coming from League One, League Two?
League Two, yeah.
League Two, straight to the Prem. Like even how things are done, like the pitches are better, training sharper. Did you adjust well, or was it like a easing in period?
The first few weeks was crazy. Like obviously from League Two, the tempo from there to Premier League is going to be much different.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when I first trained, I went with the 21s.
Okay.
Which was, I think, Tiote was...
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, he's the best guy ever. But when I went there, he was training with us. I didn't really recognize him because he was all rough. His trim was rough. He had a rough beard and everything like this. And we're just doing like a little game where you call out the numbers. If you have the same number, it's like 1v1.
Yeah.
And like, obviously Czech was 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was 5. And everyone's like, oh, who's 5? He's 5. And I happen to be 5. Everyone's like, you were Czech, be careful because you know how this guy plays. He just kicks you and all these kind of things. So it was all crazy. And then every time our numbers got called out, I think I scored every one. And after the session, he was like, listen, this guy needs to go with the first team.
Serious.
He said that to the coach with me there. So it was a big thing hearing that from him as well. And I think actually a week later, I was with the first team. So his words.
Did you think at this point you'd made it?
Yeah, 100%. 18 going to the Premier thinking, yeah, I'm here now. I kind of relax, take my shoes off and just chill. But not knowing, obviously so young, there's more to it.
Yeah.
A lot more to it.
Now we'll get into that. We need to give the future footballers a message. Talk us through your first game at St James's Park against Chelsea, like the lead up to it, everything. I want to know everything because you're 18. This is all new to you. It's a sellout crowd. And I've heard you can't even hear yourself. You can't even hear people when you're playing.
You can't hear yourself think. It's crazy. I think the day before I was in the squad. Didn't know I was going to be on the bench, but you're in the 20-man squad. So then the next day, you just turn up to the game, and I see my stuff like laid out. So I'm thinking, I'm on a bench here. Like this is crazy.
Okay.
In my head, I'm just thinking, right, who's tough am I going to get after the game? These kind of things. But then, yeah, you got a job to do, and you got to win the game. So it's like, it's on TV as well. Obviously, all my friends, family, everyone's watching. So you got to be ready. And I think when the gaffers told me to warm up, thinking, I don't want to come on here. Wait, I do want to come on. Wait, I don't want to come on. Like, it's one of them ones. And then I think I tired myself out warming up so much. So just panicking, thinking, if I come on here, I'm like against Zuma and Ivanovic and these kind of guys. So
these are people you've grown up watching, yeah.
I play on FIFA with these guys. Next year, I'm next to them, like playing against them. So, yeah, it was crazy. And like when I come on, I think I come off a Mitro, and I was just like, the gaffer just said, listen, enjoy yourself, put yourself about. So I was just thinking, all right, I'm trying to enjoy myself. So as soon as I come on, I'm just standing, like going on like I'm part of this. Like, you have to act like, you can't act surprised, like, oh, this guy. I play with these guys on FIFA, them kind of things. But yeah, I was just on the pitch, like acting the part, and I felt like I bullied Zuma a bit.
not an easy man to bully, but she thought you had a decent game, decent debut.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, when it's like that, you just got to run around and just put yourself about, and I kind of did that. So,
who was the manager?
C. McLaren.
Okay.
He's the one that brought me in.
Was you up there with Nile Ranger?
No, he left. I think a year before I come.
Did you like worry that they might compare you to and say this is like another Nile Ranger, or was you just focused on just putting your name out there?
Yeah, I was just focused on my name, really, getting it out there and doing what I can do. I think it was really spoken too tough when I was there.
Okay,
it's more like, I think 2 years down the line, where certain things happen and say, oh, don't be another Nile Ranger. I'm thinking, I didn't really check for like footballers that are like that. So hearing it, I'm thinking like, Nile Ranger, what's this guy been doing? Who is he? Like, but now, yeah.
I'm sure you've heard, yeah. So you move with your family to Newcastle, and then you get loaned out. Are your family still coming with you?
No, my family didn't move up.
Oh, they just came up with you?
Yeah, they come to like my dad, he travelled to every game, wherever it is, no matter if I'm on a bench or starting.
Yeah.
He travelled everywhere. Obviously, it was a bit harder for my mum and my sisters because they're working all the time. But yeah, my dad travelled everywhere. I moved up on my own with two of the players I used to live with.
Okay.
Riz and Kev.
Shout out Riz and Kev.
Yeah. They're doing well. So. But yeah, I moved with those. And it was hard moving away from... At first, you're just excited. It's excitement. But then I think like a few months down the line, it's like, my family back there, I haven't really seen them in a month or 2 months. And when I get time to go back, it's basically like half a day. So it was tough.
Especially up there, like the accent, the food, everything's mad. Like,
yeah, it's different. It's different.
Did you learn to cook?
Riz and Kev might tell you about it, but well, my special dish, tuna and pasta, nice and easy, quick.
That's a basic.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about that one.
A bit of salad cream, man. You can't go wrong. That's perfect.
When I got out in Newcastle, it's only one place to go, Top. Did you shut it down, or was you like restricted because you're a player?
You know, when I first went there, it was kind of like, I'm the man now, so you have to kind of shut it down sometimes.
What, sparklers everywhere and that?
Yeah, but then obviously sometimes you get the sparklers, all this in Top, in Novello, these places. But then I think when the football club actually knows every bouncer, well, majority of the bouncers in nightclubs, so it's like you have to kind of keep it subtle.
Okay,
I tried my best, but it didn't really work.
Bro, you're not from the ends. Like if you're someone coming from like out of Newcastle, going up there, you're gonna have to put your name about it. It's normal, isn't it? Like, but I see what they're doing, telling you to mellow out, but you just got to shine on sometimes.
They know, like everyone at the club knows the bouncers. Like there was one time, I think we must have went out before, like before a day before training, and then I turn up late. I'll come onto the football pitch, and then the manager goes, "Oh, did you have a good night last night?" But I thought it was just banner, like, you know, they just say, "Oh, did you have a good night because you're late?"
Yeah.
But they got me thinking, wait, do you actually know? But yeah, we know. Top. I was thinking, at that point, you just can't lie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I apologised. Went up and again. Blah, blah, blah.
Paid your fine.
Yeah, them days are gone now anyway. So
how much was the fine?
To be fair, I wasn't on that much, so it wasn't a lot.
Okay. Let's talk about your loans now. So they move you Barnsley.
Yeah.
Get you some experience. Was you excited, or did you think, I don't really want to do this, I just want to stay at Newcastle?
Yeah, pretty much that. It's loans in my head, how I seen it back then. It was just like, you don't really see it as experience. You see it as like, do they really want me? Like, they're loaning me out. Like, I'm a Newcastle player. Like, you're not going to use me. Kind of thing. But being loaned out, you do see it as that, but then you're being loaned out to go and get experience, go and get game time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to do it, kind of thing. And it was a good loan spell, I felt like.
Did you learn a lot, like, about not just yourself, because I think you learn about yourself living in Newcastle alone, but like how your game and playing against different oppositions?
Yeah, it was like against men. Like League One it's not tough. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I feel like going into Barnsley, obviously the strikers in front of me were doing well as well, so it was hard for me to get into the team.
Oh, so you're going there not as the main striker.
Yeah, I'm like third choice, but they play two at top, so as soon as there's a sub, I'm on.
Yeah, okay.
So it's time for me to do my thing. But yeah, the strikers at the time were doing well, so it's hard for me. I was just dabbling in, coming out, in, out, and I was like, when we was getting in the playoffs, it was the playoff final.
Wait, so you played at Wembley as well?
Yeah. Win at
You're living the dream, bro.
Win at Wembley twice.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Score?
Nah. Come on. I think I got booked straight away. But yeah, it was good. It was a good loan spell. I felt like I learned a lot from it, and it just wanted me to be like coming on. It's frustrating, so it's allowed me to be like wherever I am now to be the main striker and make sure I'm the main striker.
You hear that, clubs? Yeah, if you're signing him, he's got to be number one. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. You see, when you're going out on loan, yeah, because you've done a few loans, played at Wembley twice. Are the clubs telling you what they want from you? Is it just go out there and, you know, learn the game? Are they saying we want you to do like this and develop this and this?
I think they just kind of send you out there, go and get some games. I think they only probably care if you're banging off, if you're scoring goals, if you're doing well. If you don't really bang off, then they're probably just like, he's on loan. He'll be back soon. Send him on another loan. Them kind of things.
Yeah.
Which is probably understandable, because it's like, if you're doing well, everyone's going to want you.
Yeah.
If you're not doing so well, you're not really no good to us. So it's understandable. It's kind of harsh trade, but I guess that's how football is.
Yeah. Do you reckon they were helpful, like the loans? Because from what I've seen from your stats is the longer you're settled at a club, the more you bang out. Do you know what I'm saying? But all these little short-term loans and do they help you or?
Yeah, they have helped. Obviously, you see from before, like like now, when I scored however many in League One, all them loans helped me. And I think every loan I went to, apart from I say Barnsley because I didn't really get looking,
Yeah.
I scored goals. Like Shrewsbury, I left top goal scorer.
Sorry.
Scunthorpe, I left top goal scorer.
Sorry.
So it just shows when I get my chance and I get constant games and settled that I can score and I do my job.
Bro, listen, share your secret. What are you doing in the trade? Like, not just for me, but for strikers out there listening, what are you doing to get to bag like this? Because it's mad.
You know, it is. I speak with my family and my friends all the time. Like, I spoke with my dad and he said, like, why can't I score every game? Like, you're gonna get one chance a game at least.
Yeah.
You just gotta make sure you put that chance away. Because you might not get another one. And that chance you do get, you score that, then that's it. So a chance a game, you score every chance you get, then your stats go up. And I feel like, as well, when I spoke to my friend, he says, like, the way you play, you like kind of anticipate things like so well, hence why you get all your goals.
Okay.
Like, there's been chances where I just know if someone shoots at this angle, the keeper can only parry it this direction. So I'm going to go there just in case he parries it. And a lot of my goals, I feel like I've been like that. So it's kind of clever play, I'd say.
So yeah, you're thinking about football, or you're thinking about your play, your game in a different light. I don't think a lot of people think about it. I think only elite players do that. Like when you watch like the Harry Kanes and the Agueros, they're always in the right places.
People say it's luck, but it's far from luck. Like you have
it's...
to, I don't know if you can teach it, but you have to kind of know these things, where the ball's going to end up.
In your journey, like up until now, have you had like any distractions, like anything that could deter you away from football? Like I know you're like, obviously you haven't because you are where you are, but any time where you thought, oh, like I could have really fucked up there.
Yeah, there's been a few, but obviously the party and them kind of things, that's everyone's failure.
Yeah,
like every footballer. But whether you get caught up in it so much or whether you just die out of it and just realize there's more to partying, there's more to these things. But there's that as well. There's a situation with a friend's friend that used to come around the place, and his name was involved in some raping thing. But
oh wow,
because he come around the house, they try and tarnish our name and bring our name into it. But at the time, I wasn't there. I was on loan elsewhere.
Okay.
So it's kind of things when that was in a paper, they kind of brought my name into it, other people's names, but obviously my name got cleared and I wasn't involved in it because I didn't have a clue who this guy was, let alone.
But he just hanging around when you're not there.
Yeah, he was hanging around when I wasn't there, but obviously he didn't do nothing, none of it. So the girl was just lying. But like them things there, you just have to be careful of, like throughout, and just make sure you stay clean and come correct in certain situations. So
why didn't it work out at Newcastle? Like, we'll get to where you went after, but why did you end up leaving?
I think it was just how long. I was going on loan every like 3 years. Every year, I was going on loan for 3 years. So it's kind of like coming to my last year. Are they just going to send me on loan, or are they just going to wait for it to die out and or whatever? So I just kind of said to my family, and my family said, it's time to move on, time to go elsewhere where you actually wanted.
Yeah.
Feel loved by a manager.
Is this you thinking this, or is this like your agent saying it as well? Was it?
It was a bit of my agent. Obviously, I don't know if it was for the right things or wrong things, but it turned out to be true. Like, and me myself, I kind of said, what? I don't want to be here. I don't feel loved. Like, every player wants to be loved by a manager. And he, at the time, I was like, what? Let's move on. What clubs are interested? Let's get going. And the clubs are interested with Peterborough and
closer to home.
Yeah, closer to home as well. And Steve Evans was keen on me, which is what every player wants. So kind of spoke for itself, and I went to Peterborough.
And then you shined on from there. When you get bought, it says undisclosed fee. When you get signed for Peterborough, it says undisclosed fee. But like you're thinking, I've just got bought for this amount of money. Like that is mad. does that go through your head, or do you just think, oh, like, it is what it is?
No, I actually didn't. I actually, to this day, I don't know what the fee was. I actually don't. I don't see
none of it. No?
Nah, I don't see none of that. So maybe I need a better agent. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't see none of that. So I don't really look into them things. I think it's you look into it more when you get brought for like 20 mil, 30 mil, 40 mil. But
okay.
yeah, like my job was just to go there and do my thing and score goals.
And you started on flames. Was it 7 out of 7?
You know what? At first, when I first went there, I didn't get a look in. My season didn't really start till like December.
Okay.
Because the 2 strikers in front of me were on flames. Jason Cummins and Matty Godden. I think they both got like 10 goals and 10 assists with each other. Like, it was crazy.
So they had a little partnership.
Yeah, so when I was coming on, I was just coming in, like, in and out. It was crazy. I think one time, one of the boys got injured. And then I come in, like, December time. And then I think I scored, like, 10 in 7 games.
Hat tricks after hat tricks.
Yeah, it was literally crazy. So then from there, I stayed in the team. And from December till the end of the season, I think I got like 19 goals.
From December to there?
Yeah.
That is... How many hat tricks have you got?
I don't know, but I got a few balls at home. A few of them are there sitting on the shelf.
That says a lot. The Peterborough fans did a madness. They did some mad chant, innit? You don't have to repeat it. But when did you first hear it? Like, did it first annoy you, or did you just... Because you asked them to stop, innit? Yeah.
I didn't really get it at the time. Obviously, after that, I think a few girls were messaging me saying, "Is it true?" kind of thing. But yeah, obviously my family there at the time, I was thinking, like, my mum thought it was a bit crazy. At the time, my mum thought I'd done some madness, like sent a picture elsewhere, or these kind of things. So I was thinking...
So she batting you up saying, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, she was like, "What have you sent out? Why are these singing?" So I swear, I've not done nothing. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this child, I don't know what's going on. I think...
You don't need that with your mum and your sister in the stand.
Yeah, I know. They want to sing a song, and then they sing. Wait, hold up, we can't sing that. But yeah, it was crazy.
So what? You just literally tweeted out, or like did a?
I think obviously there's children coming to the games, and you don't want children to be singing and kind of things. It's crazy. Even
though they probably hear it a lot worse in the stands, but you don't want them sort of things attached to your name.
Yeah, I know. He's a bit crazy, so I thought I had to kind of do my part and try and get him to settle down a bit on them kind of chants. But fans are fans; they're gonna sing what they want, really. So
yeah. How long was you at Peterborough for?
2 years.
And just done a madness.
Yeah, it was crazy. The second year was the crazy one, I'd say.
But every time you score and like you go home, are you thinking, this is easy, or do you think, do you know what, on to the next one?
It's kind of on to the next one. It's just kind of the confidence you get from scoring before. Like, it's no better feeling chilling at home, knowing you've scored. It's a good to chill and know next game I'll probably score again. Like them kind of that kind of mentality. And I had that going into games. I'd go onto the pitch knowing I'd score.
Yeah.
Because it's just a confidence, not arrogance. Like, you know you're gonna get a chance.
Yeah, you're that guy at the minute. So
yeah. that's what it all kind of was. Like, top goal scorer. So it's like, and it was me and Moisa.
Okay.
It was both like, I think at the time, like around Christmas times, it was both on like 16, 15. And then I just mowed away and just got
left it behind.
Yeah, it got crazy.
Do you like compete with like Mo? Do you compete with him and say, "Look, I'm gonna get more goals than you," like going at it on the pitch, or is it just whoever scores? And luckily for you, it's you.
Well, for me, I don't know what it's like for him. But for me, I want us both to do well, but I want me to do a little touch higher. Like, I'd be happy for him to get 30 goals, but I want to get 31 goals. So I'd take the trophy. But listen, I'd help him as much as I'm sure he'd help me at the time. So it was good to have that kind of strike partnership. Like, there was sometimes I thought that over the years I've played with strikers, like, they don't want you to do so well because they want the limelight on them.
Yeah, they want the goal bonus.
Yeah, they want all that.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like some strikers are good like that, and they'll assist you they will be happy when you score, kind of thing. And so,
hold on a minute. Hold on. Sorry to cut you on a minute. I just clocked. You might be a millionaire off just scoring goals. Your goal bonus must be mental.
I mean, nah, don't say that just yet. Not just yet. Not just yet.
Hey, listen, if you carry this form into the you're gone. I went uni with Barry Fry's son. Did he like? And he used to say his dad's like mad and loves football. Did he ever come up to you and be like, if you score this amount of goals, I'm gonna nice you? Because I spoke to someone and they said the chairman gave him a Rolex, but back then they didn't know what a Rolex was. But did he ever come up to you and be like,
Well, if you know Barry Fry, you just know how he is. Yeah. Like he says anything, does anything. Like he's that guy. But he is cool. He's said to me a few times, listen, score goals for us, then you go elsewhere.
So he always knew you was...
Yeah. He always, I think how Peterborough is as well. They're like a buying and selling club.
Okay.
So if they don't go up or whatever, you just go elsewhere. And with Barry, he says how it is. He'll say, come here, score goals, and go. Whereas the club will be like, if you do well, who knows what can happen? He just puts it. It's black and white with Barry. So it's good to have someone like that at a club because you know what you're going into and what's going to happen.
Exactly. So if you do well, you know they're not going to hold you back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. A lot of players struggle with that. They get to clubs and their clubs ask for too much money or just make it hard for them, innit?
I think every club's really going to ask for the high end, whether they get down or not.
Yeah, I hear that, but I think with Peterborough, it seems like they'll ask for whatever, but eventually you're going to go. Whereas some clubs...
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, they know that they have to let you go, otherwise you can just see your contract out and these kind of things. But they're a buying and selling club. They know what they're doing with the strikers.
So last season, Player of the Year for League One. Now Brentford signed for 10 mil. See, now you've put a million mark on your name. I know you already know you're that guy, but what must go through your head thinking, I just got signed for 10 mil? Like I'm from Northampton. I used to be doing badness when I was like 13, 14, and now I'm worth £10 million and the rest.
Yeah, it's crazy to look at like that. Like, from doing badness from when I was young to a team buying you for 10 mil. It's crazy to even think I'll be involved in that kind of money.
Yeah.
But as well as from when I got there, it's time to prove why I'm a £10 million player, £10 million player, or even more. So I think the first few games, it was a bit rocky. Like I didn't really start how I wanted to start, but when I got my first goal at Millwall, I kind of flew from there.
See, wait, we'll get to that in a sec. Barry must be smiling. He must have thought, what, 10 mil? Because you're like what? Their record transfer received, isn't it? Yeah, he's definitely done a backflip or something.
Yeah, I think he was buzzing at the time, but I think now he's going crazy at the moment. But
let's talk about Millwall. I'm glad you scored your first goal there because I have nothing against the club. It's like more the fans because of when they're doing the kneel and they're booing and stuff like that. But then you lot chose to stop kneeling. I don't know if your whole club watched the Wilf episode because that's where I believe this whole movement, like we're not going to kneel anymore, started from because Wilf was pretty open about his views on the whole kneeling thing as degrading because it's not stopped anything. Did you lot watch the episode and say, rah, he's right? Or was it like something else that happened?
Yeah, I kind of, with what Will's saying, I 100% agree with it. Like, it's come to a point where people kind of even forgetting to do the knee. Like, I see people start the matches and think, the knee. So for them to kind of forget about that, it shows it's not really doing its purpose.
Yeah.
People should be like ready to do the knee if they want to do it and think, right, this is the thing we have to do. But I feel like the purpose behind it all is kind of dying down. Like, we're not getting nowhere, like Will said, and I think we kind of done it before that. But then when he come out, obviously he's on a bigger platform and his voice will probably get...
Shout out this podcast, yeah? Put stuff on the map.
I feel like, I'm 100% behind him. And I feel like more needs to be done on the topic. Like, we can speak about it all day, but we all know the people that can change it will change if they want to change it. We can only do so much, but we can't really do much until they take the step and start doing the right things.
That's facts. You got a bit of backlash from when you came out and said that. How have you dealt with that? Like, how did it obviously didn't affect you on the pitch, but like mentally, did you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said it, or they're just on me for trying to do the right thing?
How I am, I'll say whatever. If I feel like I need to say something, I'll say something. And it's normal. People are gonna have their opinions. Opinions is never right. Like, it's just how I feel, it's how they feel. And them people who are probably giving me backlash are probably the problem.
Yeah, I hear that.
So you just gotta take the notice of them people. And I know I feel like my views are very strong and are the right things to go about things. So I'm gonna say what I want to say, whether they like it or not. It's another situation, but I know what's right and I know what's wrong.
Yeah, and it's not stopping you doing your job, which is scoring goals, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my job, not to get involved in these people giving rubbish online or whatever.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to football. You moved from Peterborough to Brentford, London. As a Northampton boy, do you ever look at London and think like, I want to maybe live there one day? And now you're doing it. Was it like, yeah, I can't wait?
Not a chance.
You're not rating London like that?
London, you know what it is? Just the traffic. I can't stand traffic, and obviously I've lived everywhere. I've lived Newcastle, I lived Sheffield, I lived Manchester. Everywhere like that, traffic's nice and smooth. London,
it's mad.
It take you half an hour to get 3 miles. I'm thinking, how's that even possible? But other than the traffic, yeah, it's cool to be in London. London's nice, man. But yeah, take the traffic out of it. We'll be good.
Are your family down there with you? Or are they still up in Northampton?
Nah, they're still up in Northampton. I'm down here. I live with my boy.
Okay.
My boy, so.
Little bachelor pad. No, sheets. No, we'll take that out.
Nah, it's just a chilled spot.
Cool. I didn't mean to get you in trouble there. If you got a girl, I'm sorry.
Nah, I won't be in trouble.
Get me? Does all the transfer talk get to your head? Or are you like saying, for example, you scored half your target, the bottom end of the Prem are after you, hit your target, mid-table clubs, smashed your target, I want the top 10.
I think, well, before, like when I was at Peterborough, I kind of had the kind of same situation. Like, there'll be clubs interested, like you hear your name linked to this club, that club, but you're not at them clubs. You're Peterborough players still.
Yeah.
So I kind of learned from there for now, because I'm still a Brentford player. Whoever's interested, this team, that team, I'm still a Brentford player. So when they start coming to the table with some money, then it's a different story.
I see. I hear that. I'm like the same. Like, I have always got this list of who I want on the podcast, and until they're sitting where you're sitting, it's not real, innit?
Yeah, I know. So.
But you've been linked with what? Arsenal, maybe following Ollie Watkins at Villa, loads of big clubs. Do you support a Prem team?
Yeah, I support Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
So
maybe
they come knocking, he knows.
So, all right, cool. Liverpool come knocking, yeah, but you're not guaranteed to play. And let's say Leeds come knocking, but you're guaranteed to play. Where are you going?
I'm gonna have to go Liverpool. Like, I'm gonna have to go Liverpool.
But you just said you have to be the main man. Obviously,
I'll make myself the main man.
Better. Love that. So let's talk about Brentford. You're that guy. Do you, like, you are that guy, innit? What, smashing records left, right, and centre? Are you walking around the training ground saying, like, with an aura, or are you just humble?
Nah, I remain humble no matter what. Like, if I score 1 goal or 30 goals, I'd still be the same. Like how I am, I'm bubbly in the changing room. I'm like joking with everyone. I'm friends with everyone. Like, I like to joke with everyone. So, like, the goals wouldn't change me. It wouldn't change me at all.
Okay.
No matter if I was scoring goals for Cambridge or Liverpool, I'd still be the same person. And like, even for people from my ends, it's like, if they message me or something, I'd still message them back. Like, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Apart from my status, I might be going higher, but I'm still the same old Ivan from Northampton, keeping it cool and keeping it grounded.
Yeah. Do you compare yourself to any strikers, or is there any strikers you look up to and say, I want to base my game around them?
There's strikers I watch. Like I used to watch Aguero loads. I think like the way he just scores goals is crazy. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of the clinical edge he has to his game. I felt like I need to add to my game, and like the selfishness sometimes, like in front of goal. Just make sure you put it in the back of the net, then no one can tell you should have passed, should have done this, should have done that. The ball's ended up in the back of the net, so why does it matter?
Yeah.
So I feel like that I've kind of added to my game. I feel like I need to add more to my game, but that was the main thing.
Only a little bit, like
a little touch.
Do you have any advice for up and coming strikers? Yeah, let's say strikers, because you are someone they should look up to. So what would you tell them?
I'd say just believe in yourself. Like from the past, I believed in myself, but where others really didn't really think I could do certain things, and the belief I had paid off, because the goals I've been scoring since then and to now is shown for itself. So just self-belief is a massive thing, and the winning mentality, and the mentality is in going onto the pitch knowing you're going to score, you're going to get an opportunity and score. So I think that's the key things, really, just the mentality and believe in yourself that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve if you put your mind to it and everything behind.
I hope you're all listening. Heard it from Ivan Toney himself. Do you know what I heard? Yeah, just to lighten the mood. I think it was a night out. I think they told me that everyone was doing Patron shots and you was pouring yourself Coke until the Patron was done.
That's definitely hacks us. That's definitely hacks. Nah, you know what? The Patron shots, I'm not really a fan of them. Too tough.
Yeah, so, but you can't.
When I can slide away a little Coke shot, then
nah, I love that. Listen, I wish you all the best, and I probably will be seeing you in the Prem next season, whether that's with Brentford or a certified Prem club. You're doing your thing. Thank you for coming on, man.
No, thank you very much. It's been fun. Thanks for having me again.
Nah, no problem, man. No problem. All right, quick fire round. Favorite player?
Aguero or Drogba. Didier Drogba.
Most skillful player you've faced?
Balassi.
Okay. Favorite pre-match meal?
Tuna pasta.
The club's one or your one?
My one.
Okay. Biggest adrenaline rush you've had in football?
That's a good question. When I got told we had to win the game at Dagenham Bridge. Otherwise, we got relegated.
Okay.
So from there, I was just like, all right, this is me. So it was crazy.
Let me do a mad thing. What's your superstition before a game?
I say my nan's prayer, and I always put my right boot on first, then my left.
Okay. Worst trainer, but best on a match day?
I'd put myself in that category. Or I think Tariq Foster, he'd be up there.
Yeah. Most embarrassing moment?
Well, I've come off because of cold toes.
Cold toes.
Cold toes. I had to come off.
You're You're from. You were never going to survive in Newcastle, man. Yeah. And any regrets?
Nah, no regrets. Obviously, it was maybe where I am today, so it's the best thing.
All good, man. All good. Thank you for coming on, man.
Nice one. Thank you very much.
No worries.